Why was Zhusup Kopeev called the famous? What predictions did he make and did they come true? What is remarkable about the mosque named after him? All this in the new episode of Welcome to Kazakhstan project. Pavlodar region presented many great names to the world, from Sultan Sultanbek to Sultan Mahmud Taraygurov and Kaныsh Satpayev. One of the poets and enlighteners whose name also shines brightly in this galaxy of historical stars can be called Mashhur Zhusup Kopeev. So let's find out more about the great son of the Kazakh people. This is Welcome to Kazakhstan project. My name is Zakirjan Mamlutov. Let's broaden our horizons. Zhusup Kopeev was born in 1858 on the territory of the Kızıltau district, now the Bayanaul district of the Pavlodar region. Mashhur is a nickname that was given to him by the people, and it means famous. A poet and publicist, he traveled to many regions of Kazakhstan to collect folklore material and record it for posterity. What can be said if many of Abai's poems have come down to us precisely through Mashhur? The modern mausoleum was built in 2006. It is located on a hill, and to get to it, you need to walk up the stairs. The staircase is divided into 6 flights. The number of steps is 73, according to the years of life of Mashhur Zhusup. Next to the mausoleum, you can see the burials of people close to Mashhur, the youngest son, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, and other relatives. The complex itself is built of light-colored bricks, topped with a sky-blue dome. Mashhur was considered a seer, and not for nothing. A year before his death, he gathered his relatives and gave them clear instructions to build a mazar. Moreover, he described how it should look, and he also asked not to bury the body in the ground. There is a legend that when the Soviet government opened the place of rest in the 50s, they found remains untouched by decay. Among the people, Mashhur was credited with unique powers. For example, they say that one day he decided to go to Bayanaul with his son and grandson. On the way, they got hungry, and then Mashhur promised to feed the companions, got down from his horse, and entered an abandoned house. After that, he began to read a prayer, and a dastarkhan, bursting with food, appeared in front of them. "Do not be afraid of anything and eat," said Mashhur, and his children obeyed. When the travelers left the house, Mashhur asked, "Do you understand who fed us?" This was devilry. This is what the people say. So strong is the belief in the power of Saint Mashhur. Not far from the Mashhur mausoleum in the village of Joly, there is a museum of the Enlightener. It appeared in 1977 on a voluntary basis. In 1989, the aul was visited by the Minister of Culture, Özbekali Janibekov, who proposed to move the exposition to a new spacious building and restore the mausoleum. Mashhur Zhusup moved to this area in 1927 and was buried here. He considered these lands holy and specially came here before his death. Now a large number of pilgrims come here. Many, after visiting his grave, recover from illness. In addition, Mashhur Zhusup left a great scientific heritage. Recently, his 20-volume edition was published, where his works were translated from Arabic into Kazakh. The books were published by his descendants, his grandson and great-grandchildren. children. And this work continues. Materials are still being collected, so most likely 20 volumes is not the limit. In order to popularize the works of Mashhur Zhusup, they are translated into Kazakh, English, German and Turkish, and work is underway to add his name in the UNESCO World Heritage List. We tell everyone who visits this museum about the life and work of this great person. People say that he was a simple man with an average income, did not collect property and did not have much money. He was grateful for what God had given him and lived a quiet life. But he visited almost all of Central Asia, including all of Kazakhstan, studied the history of the Kazakh people, recorded everything he heard and saw in his writings. The 20-volume edition contains many of his works on the history of Central Asia and Kazakhstan. Many scientists became interested in his works and are actively translating them into Turkic languages. The common people venerate him as a saint and educated person of his time. He had 3 sons and 2 daughters. Now his grandchildren are alive. There are great-grandchildren.
Вот что сам поэт говорил о себе.
This is what the poet said about himself. In fact, I am Argin, Kazakh by origin. My motto is Alash, the surname Kopeev, Mashhur Zhusup. I am healthy, I breathe life. I have been trained in knowledge, I read and write. Everyone in the steppe has heard my name. My word sounds like an alarm bell of the earth. In the museum, you can look at many exhibits related to the life of Mashhur Zhusup. For example, the Quran in a leather case that belonged to him, a bone toothpick in a case, tumar. There are also more familiar things, glasses, pocket watches. Here is the only lifetime photograph of Mashhur. As a collector of oral folk art, Mashhur spent a lot of time on the road. Therefore, the most important thing for him was the road belt, korjin. It is very roomy and definitely helped the Akin more than once during his travels. And this is the Mashhur Zhusup Mosque, the largest in Pavlodar. The architectural ensemble was created in the Central Park on an area of 6 hectares. As conceived by the architects, the mosque resembles an open heart. It is open to everything good and peaceful, and you need to have such thoughts to go inside with. The main element of the interior decoration is the magnificent crystal chandelier Zumrad, made in Tashkent. It has 434 light bulbs. Also, many elements of the mosque's architecture carry a deep meaning. I am the Naib Imam of the Mashhur Zhusup Mosque. The foundation of this mosque was finished in 1999 and the mosque was opened on October 23, 2001. Speaking of the architecture of the mosque, the building is octagonal. This style is inherent in Deshti Kipchak architecture. From a historical point of view, the octagon is a symbol of the Turkic world. The total area of the building is 48 by 48 meters. The dome of the mosque is made in the shape of a shana rock and painted in colors of the sky. 99 names of Allah are written around the dome. The height of the minarets is 63 meters. This is the age of the Prophet Muhammad. On the ground floor there is a prayer hall, a wedding hall and a dining room with 300 seats. On the second floor there is a library and a 1200-seat room for men. On the third floor there is a women's hall with 300 seats. The territory adjacent to the mosque is also large, about 6 hectares. The building is facing 4 main streets, that is, from whatever side you enter the city, the beautiful sky-colored minarets are immediately eye-striking. The doors of this mosque are open to everyone. Currently, renovation work is underway, but nevertheless, anyone can visit it at any time. This mosque is included in the top 50 most beautiful mosques in the world. There are only 2 mosques of this shape in the world. One is in Egypt and the other is in Kazakhstan.
Zhusupa Kopeeva.
Zhusup Kopeev was called the famous for a reason. The name mashhur still sounds loudly in Kazakhstan and is not forgotten by descendants. This mosque in Pavlodar is not only a wonderful architectural monument, but also a tribute to our great compatriot.